and welcome to episode 125 of the best Warhammer and fitness podcast you have ever seen in your life. All thanks to the gentleman above me here. Alex, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. A little sleepy, but that's what coffee is here for. So
Exactly,
should we go?
exactly. Good old coffee. Although I mistimed. I got like a third of a cup left.
Oh.
It's okay. I'm going to the gym like right after this, so it's
Mm-mm.
got that cycle going. But Alex, how you doing?
I'm well. I'm well. Do you use coffee as your pre-workout?
Yeah, I don't do. The only time
Mm,
I've done energy drinks is if you randomly gave me one,
sure.
or after the Arnold last year when we had like 50.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
yeah, really, coffee is my only stimulant of choice. The only time I'd have stimulant is if I'm having a cocktail and it has soda in it, which isn't,
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
I'm not doing that before the gym at 9 a.m.
Right. No, it's probably unwise. The alcohol might offset the benefits you're going to get from a few
Yeah,
milligrams of coffee in a
probably,
cocktail.
probably. Yeah, but yeah, it's no, coffee's my go-to. It's probably the old guy in me at this point. I,
Sure.
I avoided
Yes.
the weight monster phase of my life.
Yeah, I'm in the white monster phase of my
Hmm.
life.
There you go. There you go. Love it.
I'm well, Chuck. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I am feeling much better
Mm,
after work travel, getting sick. High elf stuff is rampant and high right now. So, and actually, this is coming out on the Saturday. So, happy late Valentine's Day, everybody out there. Whether you have someone or not, your strength hammer's Valentine.
that's right.
That's right.
That's
That's
right.
right. And the gift is this podcast. It's a day late because we're slow and we're men.
And if you need another Valentine, you could also go to the gym. That could bench press could be your Valentine.
Bench press can be your Valentine. It's like a hug. It's just a hug. The heavier you go, the better the hug.
And you stay up for a little bit.
Nice. I'm excited. Valentine's Day. The wife and I finally got back to because I was sick and she was sick, so we finally got back to the whole working out together. Like good Valentine's Day gift for me.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, Alex, most important thing. How is your lawn?
Oh, it's great. Still about the same.
Okay.
Not a lot happening with it. It's not covered with snow, though there is a little bit of snow laying around, but it's not covered. It's been a little cold. I'm glad actually looking back at we were talking about on the podcast how I was a little sad that the winter is over.
Yep.
It's not.
Yep.
Yeah, it's back. It's good.
I I thought we were getting more of a snow than what we got, though. Honestly,
Yeah,
I was prepared for like wham, and it's just like it's a nice little dusting.
yeah. I have friends in Canada who was hit with like a snowstorm. There's like a ton of snow, and I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, no, I was I like seeing the Canadian friends up there, and it's just like, oh wow, that's a lot. That's a lot more than I got. Anyway,
How's your lawn, Chuck?
oh my lawn's doing good. Yeah, it's solid. It's covered in snow, dusted. Um, yeah, it's all good. Otherwise, nothing really else to talk about here. I'm hoping my voice has been picked up well. I just realized my mic was a little low. Sorry, everybody. All right. Well, with that lawn talk out of the way, we move into second most important topic. Third depends on where your hierarchy is because we always do lawn, fitness, and hobby. So fitness is up next. So
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
I kind of threw an idea out for Alex because it's the season that's going around right now, and I just went through it. So you're sick, sickness and fitness, I guess. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. I am sick, Chuck. Thank you.
sick bump, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So I just went through being sick, and there's times when you can't do anything, and there's times where you can. So it's like, how do you mitigate it? How do you make sure you don't spread it? Generally, not so much that. If you're sick, stay home. But how can you still get in exercises on your own without the gym? And when do you think when you're good to go back? So,
Yeah, absolutely. With sickness, the way I approach it, right, is the faster you recover, the sooner you can go back to the gym.
right.
That's what I think. So when I'm sick, personally, I'm not thinking what exercise can I do while I'm sick. I'm thinking how can I recover the fastest? How can I really attack this so I can get out of this and get back to the gym in 4 days instead of 7 days, right?
Gotcha. See, that's different. Like my mentality, and it's probably because I have a home gym, like like
Right,
fresh air. So like there,
right,
if you have a fever, you're staying down on the couch or
right,
in bed. But
right.
I mean, if I got some sniffles, it's like, all right, I can.
Sure,
I'm not doing cardio today, but maybe I can go get like a quick little chest workout in, or hit legs a little bit. Um,
sure.
Obviously, I reduce the weight when I do that, because like your body's fighting off. You don't want to drain it too much, but I don't know. I've always felt that helped me mentally if I
Yeah,
could still do something, but, with those light sicknesses.
right. I mean, I think it really depends on the individual, but and we're talking about stuff like cold and flu and stuff that usually takes
Yeah,
a
the
period of
usual stuff. They
time,
were
like
not. Yeah,
food poisoning where you get sick for a day and then you're fine the next day, right?
yeah.
Um,
You have a cold for
so
a
my
week. That's what we're looking at here.
right. My general protocol is, like you said, stay at home and recover, or do whatever you need to do to recover to a minimal baseline, right? So you take your vitamin C, D, zinc.
Yep.
You drink lots of water.
Still take your
You
creatine. There's no reason
still
not to
take
take your creatine. It's good
protein.
for you always, as long as you don't, as you post you put up. Are you pregnant? Do you have kidney disease? And I
Yes,
forget what the third one was, but
that's it.
oh, it's
That's it. Are
yeah.
you a child? You're a child.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
a child. Yeah. If you're
yeah.
any of those, don't take creatine. If you're
Yeah.
not,
And
always take creatine.
only reason with kids is we just don't have a lot of research, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
people don't want to research on kids. So that's the only reason we don't actually have that recommendation with creatine. And same thing with pregnant women is that we don't have a lot of research. So like actually might be beneficial, might be harmful. We just don't know,
Yeah.
right?
I know. And the kidney thing. I have a friend. It's not like a kidney disease, but like due to like injury in the past.
Sure.
She's like kind of like on 1.5, I think is what it is. I don't know the full details. I didn't
Yeah.
pry too much, but she was asking me about. She's back in the gym. She's asking me about creatine. 'Cause she also wants the cognitive function benefit of
Yeah.
it. I'm going through and
Totally.
laying all of it out. I'm like, yeah, but unless you have this, and this is when I learned that she had something with kidney, and she's like, oh, I can't.
Yeah, you
I was
can.
like, we could check with your doctor, but you probably can't.
Yeah. Tracking with doctor is a good idea with creatine. But yeah, generally, if you have any kind of kidney issues, at a minimum, check with a medical professional.
Yeah,
Other than that, everybody should be taking it.
yeah.
There's limits. So I was just talking to a client yesterday, and we actually just started him on creatine.
Hmm.
And just to prove my point, we went to like a NCBI, which is a medical journal database,
Yep.
and something you're familiar with ashwagandha, right?
Yeah.
Ashwagandha, great supplement, pretty well researched, very beneficial. And in total, there's like 7,000 articles mentioning ashwagandha or talking about ashwagandha or studies done on ashwagandha, right, on that
Yep.
database, which is a lot, right? Guess how many articles there are of creatine?
50,000.
Like 110,000.
Oh wow, that's
It's
amazing.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous how well researched this supplement is. So when somebody, just when somebody tells you creatine is bad for you, you're like,
Cool, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
cool, moving on.
Yeah, no, I take it. It's like I say, it's C and zinc. I don't
Yes.
remember to take D too often. Like I will in wintertime, like that sort of stuff, which is probably maybe why I got sick. 'Cause I wasn't really taking much D, but and creatine. That's my usual supplements. Like
Yeah.
if it's not every day, it's at least every other day.
Yeah. Yeah. So especially if you have fever, which if you're staying home sick, you probably do. Hydration needs go up, so drink more fluids than you think you need.
Yep.
Protein needs also go up. It is very hard to eat protein when you feel sick.
It's
Try to.
actually sorry. Uh, you're the first person I talked to, so my throat's still not clear. I wanted to mention because yeah, the protein when you're sick. The one thing I've always had when I was sick is I know we're on a cut right now, and things are going well.
Yeah.
But when I'm sick, I'm eating less anyway when I'm sick, so I'm not worried about the calorie intake. But
Right.
I don't care what I eat when I'm sick, because if my body's like I want carbs through, I'm like I listen to my body entirely. So like that's maybe more personal or less disciplined of me, but I don't care what it is I'm eating when I'm sick if that's what my body tells me it wants. If it's like I need lots of carbs because like my body fuels off carbs really well, so that's what it wants to help fight off whatever's going on there, and I have a very limited appetite. Okay, well then I'm gonna put the carbs in because that's what my body's telling me to do.
Sure. Yeah. Don't not eat when you're sick, right? Because
Yeah,
your appetite is going to be worse. Um, all I'm saying is your protein needs do go up when you have a fever. So if you
oh
can eat
sure,
more, try to. But no, usually you're not thinking about that during recovery.
right.
And then once you're no longer viral, let's say you're like 70, 80%, you're no longer viral spreading disease in the first 24, 48 hours, right, of being sick.
Yeah.
Um, then, yeah, I think it's fine to go to the gym just to start moving, just to not lose the discipline because you're already on the mend to recovery.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, you want to have a lighter day because you don't want to have like a hard, stressful workout to prolong and like by another day how long you're going to take to recover.
Right. Exactly. It's Yeah, don't. I mean, yeah, go back and injure yourself. No, that's silly. You've been probably laying uncomfortably. Your muscles are still already not like. Make sure you stretch too.
Right? Absolutely.
First day back after all that was just like, oh man, everything. Like I had to sleep on the couch for like felt like 2 weeks because when I'm sick, I sleep on the couch so that I don't
Mm,
bother the wife.
sure.
We have a comfy couch. I'm not complaining. And then when she gets sick, I sleep on the couch because then I don't want to be bothered about being woken up in the middle of the night. So it's like,
Sure, sure. Oh, that's kind of
it's fine. It's fine.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, best practices: rest, stay home until you know you're good to go. Get back at it as soon as you can. Don't go heavy, and make sure you keep taking your supplements. And if possible, you know, you continue to try and prioritize protein, but
Mhm.
also don't beat yourself up if you're putting food in you, and
Yeah,
that's the only
no.
thing you can like. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, don't I have a lot of clients asking, like, I got sick, should I go to the gym? And I always tell them, no, stay home, recover.
it,
Then once you're feeling better, go to the gym.
yeah. Like I'm sorry, I haven't been to the gym for before this workout. Like what was it like? A week, maybe a week and a half, other than like a
Yes.
home gym workout, like here and there, which aren't as good as a normal gym workout. But I wasn't stressed about losing 30 pounds of muscle overnight. I'm fine.
It's not gonna happen. You're gonna be fine.
The biggest struggle, I
Yeah.
think, is what you said, keep getting back into it as soon as possible, because until you get the habit built up in your mind, if you know you stop for 2 weeks because you're sick and your partner's sick, well, then like the third week you're just like, and then all of a sudden it's a month. Well, then you're starting to
Rest.
reach a point of
Right. Losing that discipline, losing the momentum is probably the most dangerous thing, especially if you haven't been doing this for a while, right? Like we have, and we have
yeah,
pretty good discipline going to the gym. That's probably the biggest concern after getting sick, because basically just throws your whole world around, right? You're no longer you're out of routine. You're kind of tempted to lose the discipline. So even if you're getting better, but maybe you're not feeling strong enough, you're still feeling weak and not feeling strong enough to go back to the gym. But you want to do something not to lose the discipline. Go
right.
for a walk.
Yeah, actually, we wife and I did that. Whenever she was starting to rebound recover, she wasn't ready for the gym, and I was like, okay, well then we went for a
Perfect.
walk. Went for 20-minute walk. It was great. It was cold. It felt good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Good.
yeah, that's an easy one, mostly because it's more topical because everyone's getting sick right now. I just got over being sick, so hopefully that's
Sure.
just a little bit of advice for you. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Chuck, I am interested before we move on to other things,
sure.
how your cut is going.
It's going okay. Like I said, I am progressing, but I haven't really like tuned in and mentally pushed. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like I have the new habits down where it's just like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. I'm a little hungry. Like, okay, deal with it. Like get some water and go to bed. Like it's not a big deal. Diet's still good and clean. Yeah, but to be fair though, I haven't been like stressing about weighing myself.
Okay.
I have noticed on the clothes a slightly better fit, which is
Okay.
which is
Cool.
the good progress in my mind. But I couldn't tell you like, oh, I've lost 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds. I probably lost a few, but like it's I'm feeling good with it.
Good.
Um, and like I said, it's we still have like what, a month and a half left, so it's probably about time. Oh, we have 2 months left.
Two, like almost 2.5, because
I thought we were going to April.
I'm going till beginning of May.
Oh, May. Okay, okay, gotcha. Sorry. Then yeah, I guess like over the next maybe like couple weeks to month is like when I need to kind of maybe focus in a little bit and tighten things
Yeah.
up. But no, I'm feeling good. Like I'm still, I guess I'm still technically doing a intuitive eating, but like I've gotten used to being that hunger feeling when it's like,
Sure. Yeah.
yeah, and like I've definitely gotten a lot better. It's like, all right, Wednesday's club night. I'll probably have more calories that day, so like I fast probably through most of that day.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know
so
you.
I
That's
just
smart.
just on those days, I don't. you know, the fasting isn't like I've done it on occasion. Like I'll intermittent fast to like 10:30, 11, but those days I might push it to like mid afternoon before I have anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just to because I know I'm going to probably consume a little bit more calories. Like tonight we're going to the we're going to be playing tonight too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, okay, sure, that's fine. So I'll probably have a drink. So let's make sure that I count for those calories somewhere.
Sure.
Food I might eat before I go,
Sure.
just to make sure I stay on track with that. So it's like little things like that.
Yeah. Last time, a friend of ours brought
You brought
sushi,
sushi.
and we were both like, "All right, fine."
Yeah, neither one of us cared. We're just like, let's just eat as much sushi as we can.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good. You do tend to be very intuitive with your approach, and as long as it works for you, then heck yeah.
Yeah, it's working. Like I said, I'm feeling better. Like I said, to be fair though, like I haven't weighed myself in a while, mostly because also my scale is the battery's died on it, and I've been too lazy to replace it because they're like a whole 10 feet away. That's a lot of work, Alex.
Well, you're on a cut. You don't want to waste energy, right?
Exactly, exactly.
So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and to everybody, like, yeah, like I have my bathroom, and literally the room next door is the office for me and the wife, where our computers are at, as well as everything we use to like repair and Game Boys, because I also do the retro game stuff with her, including a mountain of batteries. I could go replace it, but like I don't ever remember because I'm like, whatever.
That's funny. It's good to see, because you're probably, I mean, like you said, clothes are fitting looser. You're feeling better. You probably are down a few pounds.
Yeah, like I said, it's probably not extreme. I should ask, how are you doing? Because like you're a little bit more dialed in on it.
Yeah, no, I'm doing well. I did a couple things that I think I was doing slightly wrong, and that's, just adjust when
Yeah,
you have
sure.
a goal. I scaled down my volume of training a little bit because I was doing a little bit too much with how much calories I'm
Yeah,
intaking.
you were going to the gym like it almost seemed like twice a day, every day for a while. I'm like, bro, come on,
Yeah,
relax, relax. It's okay.
right. I was bulking pretty hard, and I was still in the mentality with training.
Yeah,
Right, and it's hard to get out because I love it. I
yeah.
love it.
Being strong's great.
When I'm bulking, I have so much energy surplus, and I was sleeping better, and I was on top of my supplement game, and I was like, let's go. And like I was recovering phenomenally. Like
Yeah,
I never felt fatigued at the gym, almost ever. And I'm trying to, I scaled down a little bit because you have to scale down when you go on a cut. So I'm like,
right,
I'm
right.
scaling
Yeah,
down. I scaled down to like 4 to 5 days a week, but my workouts were still like close to bulk level workouts. I'm like, why am I so fatigued and tired and not progressing? I'm like, oh, I'm trying to work out like I would during a bulk or even maintenance on a cut.
yeah.
And so I scaled down my volume of training, and I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks, and I'm feeling so much better.
Good,
Like
good. That's great.
mentally at the gym, I'm actually progressing, feeling strong. So that's good. Cut is going well. I'm not tracking calories either, but I have been fasting pretty consistently in the morning and doing a very similar thing to you, where like I'm hungry in the evening, but it's bedtime, just go to bed.
Yeah,
Hunger is an interesting mental thing, right? Because you're capable of doing anything you would usually do through hunger, but it does add a level of like
mental.
almost like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, something in the back of
it's
your mind is like, oh, you're hungry, and then you get lost in work, and you're like, oh wait, and I
you're
forgot that I was
hungry.
hungry.
You get the hangriness, which the hangriness really is just like, bro, just put a little sugar in your coffee. You just need some glucose. That's all. You're good.
Exactly, exactly.
Um,
Oh,
That's good. Like I said, I'm real curious because doing this cut it means I'm doing a lot more bodybuilding stuff with my wife on machines. Like I
sure.
still haven't touched a barbell in a while.
Yeah.
So like I'm waiting till like after we're done. I'm just like, well, I've touched the bench press, but like I'm like, what's a squat feel like? What's a deadlift feel like? Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's fun because I'm still doing heavy compound lifts, but I'm not using a lot of barbell and dumbbell,
Yeah,
right? Because I'm trying not to think of trying to stabilize the weights. I'm just trying to like, okay,
just
I'm
move
going to
it.
this.
Just
I'm
move
just
it.
going to walk in. I'm just going to push it up,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah,
It is more helpful in a cut mentally for me. That doesn't mean you have to do it, but for me personally, it mentally is a bit easier.
yeah. Well, I probably would still be doing more barbell movements, but that's not the wife's forte. So
Sure, sure. That's
we've tried it a few times, and she's like, I'm like, okay, we're machine work for you. That's fine. You'll still get results.
exactly.
All right. Well, with that, let's talk a little bit about hobby.
Yes.
So we got a game in, which I talked.
Hmm.
I probably will mention again in the part with Neil, but yeah. So Last week, Lizardman versus your finished, fully built Gitz army.
Yes, yes. I did mess up the points. I had to borrow our friend Mark's 3 goblins on the old basis,
Oh
and so
yeah,
I had to adjust the list to have 3 less goblins. But
that's fun.
but yeah, it's fun. It's I completed and primed, Zenithal primed the army,
Hmm.
actually your 2,000 point army, and now we have a little challenge going on who, with a big handicap towards me, on who can finish the army first.
Well, I was being so lazy with my Lizardman.
Yeah.
Like, I was like doing nothing. I mean, being sick didn't help, but yeah, then you just kind of threw that out. Like, hey, let's see who finishes their army first while we battle it out. Like, weekly if possible.
Mhm.
Yeah, then that was a mistake.
That was a mistake for me.
Yeah.
It's a good thing because you're like what 80, 90% done.
Yeah, I got all the all I have left right now. I'm doing the teeth and the claws. Then I have to do a little bit of like leather straps and then gold, a wash, base done. So yeah, if I
80%.
really buckled down this weekend, I could get it all done. So
Right,
like
right.
two, let's say 2-3 days, conservatively a week, because I might be a little lazy again with it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm probably about 60% done. Because I did
Nice.
finish all of the. I'm in the cloak stage right now, so I'm not quite as far as you.
Hmm.
I still have cloaks, and then I have little details, metals, then like teeth and eyes and all that junk.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna paint the eyes honestly, because I don't think that's as important. But I gotta paint the teeth and stuff.
My eyes are just black. Like I'm just like, Corvus black, move on. You can't really see
Yeah,
them too much on Lizardmen, so
yeah, yeah.
well,
So
it's good. It's a
yeah,
fun little challenge. I'm still not gonna say I'm gonna win. I have a strong lead out of nowhere now, but you know,
right,
you
right.
painted that 1,200 points very quickly, so you could just be like this weekend, be like, screw you, Chuck.
It
I'm
is,
like,
and
oh,
I
I
do have
lost.
smaller army, right? And even though you're playing Lizardman, which is like lower model count, you still are painting 2,000 points, and I'm painting
Well,
800.
it's probably like 2,200. 'Cause, like
Oh, you're painting
there's a
everything.
couple extra. Yeah, I'm painting everything. There's a couple extra things for some units and an extra hero or two, but
So the question is, can Chuck finish 2,200 before I finish 800?
right. Chances point towards me, but like I said, you
Maybe
painted
maybe I lock in. Maybe I'm like, you know what? Forget sleep, get it done.
exactly. Whereas I like my sleep.
Yeah, Chuck is like, I don't. This does not matter.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Actually, more importantly though, outside like we had a great game. We were just pointing like, it's a draw, because like we didn't know what was going on. It was just bloody everywhere. Um, we have another game coming up.
Mhm.
Actually, we'll be playing it before this show goes out. But you're bringing out your high elves this time.
Yeah, I am bringing out high elves for a reason. So, our mutual friend Ben
Hmm.
Mudge,
Yep.
more Warhammer, just reached out to me, and he's from Ireland, right? So he's from far away, and it's hard to see him. We actually never got to meet him in person yet, even though both knew him for years.
Hmm.
Uh, but he's coming down to mini wargaming
Yep.
bunker,
Our good friend
which
Dave up there.
yes, yes, hoping to see him as well. But it's only 5 hours away. So he reached out and like, hey, you want to come down, lift weights, and play Warhammer?
Come up.
Uh, come up, yeah,
Yeah.
come up. You're
Yeah.
right.
We'll go north. We gotta go north.
Right. And I was like, heck yeah, man. So I'm going down. Unfortunately, you weren't able to make that because
Works. Yeah, I'm in through. I'm gonna be in a couple years of solid work mode. So last minute trips are gonna be hard for me, unfortunately. Now, if it was one of those December and he knew he was coming over and reached out, then
that's the
maybe
thing.
yeah, that could have been like, all right, I can take a day off or whatnot. But
Yeah, he reached out. I mean, that's the beauty of my schedule is it's so flexible. Like I can just take 2 days off and not be a big deal,
yeah, you're
right?
fine, no problem.
But what I'm gonna do is I haven't been playing Age of Sigmar at all, so he's gonna renew my memory on Age of Sigmar.
Yep, he's hyped on that right now.
He's doing all right. Check, go to more Warhammer. His stuff is so good.
It's
I've been enjoying.
amazing. Yep.
Yeah, like the quality of it is very close or on par with the quality of the bigger channels.
Hmm.
So it's excellent. But we have a deal going where he'll help me with AOS because I've literally not played since almost like summer, almost 7, 8 months now, and I will teach him Old World because he never got to play Old World yet.
Yeah, I'm hoping he enjoys it because I love it so much.
Yeah, and he did have high elves in fantasy.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, yeah. He at
Now I'm
least had.
double sad I couldn't go because I take up my whole collection. Oh man.
Yeah, no, he at least, I don't know if he used to play, but he at least used to paint them.
Okay.
No, I'm sure he had to play. So I'm going to bring high elves for him and his friend. So I'm very comfortable with my Gids rules because I've been playing them at your tournament and the games we played. But I'm not at all comfortable with high elves because I got one game and that was the first time I was learning fantasy.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
whole,
You're still too much going on.
yeah. So I've got our game will be a learning game for me,
Yeah,
which
and
will be a very helpful one because you are also bringing high elves.
I'm also bringing high elves. I'm undecided. I may be bringing an arcane journal high elf since it leaked. Which
Go for it.
stay
I'm not
tuned for the later show with Neil,
sure.
where we don't do a review of it, but we're doing initial hot takes.
Oh, for sure. Actually, that might be a good idea for you. Yeah, because then
It
you get to learn the rules.
yeah, and it's man, there might be a mean list I could bring. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Go for it. Okay.
I know
I'm
you.
just
I know you
learning.
don't care. I know. Yeah, like we're gonna focus on learning. Like we're not worried about anything else. But I'm just
When
like,
is, when is it officially coming out?
pre-orders officially go up the day of this release, so Saturday the 15th, and then
Mhm.
comes out the following Saturday.
So I'm not going to be able to get it when I go. That's okay.
Well,
Yeah,
I can give you blurry images. That's what I'm using.
I guess. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe.
And GW, if
Let
you
me
don't want me to talk about blurry images, send it to me.
uh,
It's okay. We're on a road to 1,000 subs. We're almost to 700.
hey.
So we'll get there when we get there. We'll get noticed when we get noticed. If we do, if we do. If not, whatever. I'm having fun chatting.
Cheers.
My intention is to never be trying to make money off you guys. That's why there's not a Patreon for me because I don't need it for my survival. This isn't my main job. This is just for fun. Um, so yeah, the only thing I will do is if we reach the point where YouTube allows ads, I'll probably turn ads on. That's about
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
it. And I'll probably like front them at the beginning or something too, just so you can get out of it.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you were to create a Patreon, let's say people were asking like, "Hey, Chuck, we want to support you. We like your show. How can I support you?" Right? And they were like, they wanted to create a Patreon. What would you do on it?
I don't
Would you
know
make
because like it's the thing is like I'm very busy the work day, then I really like my personal time away from work.
Sure.
I don't know if I'd put enough in to make it worth people's money.
That's
Not
fair.
because I couldn't or don't have ideas, but just because I don't have the effort for that
That's fair.
mentally.
Yeah.
I mean, because like we have a Discord, like I don't really post it too much. Like it's not locked behind anything. It's just and it's like it's not super big. But if anyone wants to join it, just hit me up in the comments and maybe I'll post some links to it.
That's how you know that Chuck does it because he loves it.
Yeah, it's if I'm not trying to turn this into a real time job. Maybe someday in the future I will, and then I'll be fully honest with it. But like if there's people out there like Alex, like a Patreon is good for you because that's one of your main sources of income with everything you do. That's great. That's not what my goal is. That's not what I'm needing. So I'm not gonna ask money from folks until I decide to try and make this more
Yeah.
glamorous than my little basement.
Sure. Because I'm interested, like, what kind of content would you? Because I'm very my Patreon is like workout programs and stuff like that, right? But I would be interested to see, like, I don't know, maybe like painting tips because you're really good
Well,
at painting.
quick, yeah. But there's a thing too where it's just like I don't know what I could add to that that's already out there. Like I'd be like, go talk to Vince
Sure.
at Warhammer Weekly. And let's say a thing like I don't know what my niche would be because like my niche is like if you look at my Instagram, my main social media now, um, it's just what I do. So like that's why it's like, hey, why is there Street Fighter on Strength Hammer? It's like, well, he likes Street Fighter. Why is there retro video games and Pokemon? Because he likes it. Like it's I have the name and everything, but like I'm just me on there.
Sure.
So like that's what Patreon. It would just be me, and then like there's probably a weird Venn diagram where there's people watching it like they like all my stuff, and that's great. But
Right. Right.
not all the time do I see the Taylor Swift memes and the retro video gaming and the fitness and the Warhammer get liked by the same person. There's a few people that do.
Yeah.
You're one of them. You're one of those weird Venn diagram people.
I do it because I love you, not because I love Taylor.
I know. Yeah. You're like my mom. Like she'll like my stuff, and she's like, I don't know what this means. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. I love you, mom. Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Well, with that, we will catch you guys next week. There's gonna be still more like there's gonna be so much high elf talk in this podcast. So if you are a fan of high elves in the old world or just high elves in general, stay tuned because like the
Yeah.
Arcane Journal may like we did a hot take. We're doing a hot take reveal coming up here with Neil, but we'll do a full review when we get the book in hand as usual. Not to mention it might be a full review on just this one army of infamy, and then we do the other. Like it's just you wait.
Sure. Sure. A lot of high elf content. I saw you were making a lot of extra content too, so
Yeah,
I can
well, it's
sense
high elf stuff.
you're excited.
Yeah, it's if I'm excited for it, I'll do content on it. You know,
Absolutely.
I almost did a whole video on the frogs alone, but I was like,
That could
I'll
be
wait. I'll put that with something. That's
that could be Patreon. There we go. If
ah,
you ever had to, because you're just like, I'm just excited. I need to talk. It's not part of the usual content, but I'm just gonna ramble on Patreon. That could be something.
yeah. Well, I guess if I have like any sort of like goal of something fun to do on top of this, not to make money, but just to help grow things, is maybe streaming some hobby stuff. But like I'd have to
Okay.
get the camera over there, get it all set up, like get a new mic. But that's for in the future maybe.
Sure,
But
sure. Just planting ideas in your brain.
there you go. There you go. Well, with that, Alex, I will see you later tonight. At the time of recording for us to play our game. And yeah, we'll get you ready to go and take out Ben and his friend.
Probably not.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I will catch you on the other side with Neil.
You guys.
All right, and now it is time for us to throw away all of our beliefs from before, where we said we would never look at a leak anything of anything and try and just wait for it, get it physically in our hands. But dear God, the high elves have leaked, and we are all excited. There's already like everyone else has done videos already. It's like it's only been like a couple hours.
Yeah.
God damn it, we're doing it. Assyrian be praised.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I have my wine here today, a nice wine, a nice Croatian wine.
Nice.
Nice vintage,
Nice.
circa 1200, we'll say.
Sure. Yeah. I'm since we are essentially diplomatically allied with the Bretonians, I have their drink of choice. It's a LaCroix.
Liqueur,
A LaCroix.
Pamplemousse.
Yes. Before we get to high elf stuff and we see how deep we go, Neil, most important question: how's your lawn?
It's getting to be frozen again, snowing again, getting covered back up. Dogs are walking on there with the high paws.
Oh, a little high paw walk.
So,
That's so cute.
it's cold when you get the high paws.
Yep. I get you. My lawn also doing cold stuff. It's a little dusting today, but yeah,
It's coming, buddy.
It's coming. All right, lawn's over. Hobby. You had
Hobby?
a big moment of hobby recently.
I did.
For someone
So
else.
I've been
Very
kind of keeping
selfish.
this a little quiet. For my friend Matt, I have printed him an entire army of chaos dwarves for the old world. So
Hmm.
it's a list. I casually asked him, I was just like, if you had to make a list for chaos dwarves, like, because we had talked chaos dwarves like a month prior, like we played that game. And I was just like, what was that list? And like, what would it be if like you could have whatever you want? You didn't have to like worry about my stupid ass rules for my campaign. And so he sent me a list, and he didn't know what I was planning to do with it.
Yep.
And then so I just started printing things off of it, and he hits me on Messenger, and he goes, hey, a little request here. I don't know, because the person who prints for me hasn't gotten back to me, and I just like wondering if. And I was just like, "You want a Chaos Dwarves army?" He's just like, "That's exactly what I want." It's just like, I'm already printing it, but you ruined the fucking surprise.
You jerk, Matt. Yeah, actually, it was really funny. We have a mutual friend that has the 3D printing, and she got a big beefy unit, and she's had nothing but problems.
Oh no!
So it's like like whenever yours crap the bed, you're just like, you just needed a break.
Yeah.
So like she's like just taking a break. She's doing other stuff, so it's fair.
Yeah.
So it's funny because she was gonna print me those two busts that you printed for me on the fly out of nowhere,
Yeah.
as a little gift. She's like, hey, do you still need those? I'm like, nah, I got a new 3D printing friend. You're out. He was probably nicer. I'm just like, nah, I'm done with you.
Too funny.
That's awesome. I can't wait that one, I get to play some more Chaos Dwarfs, and two, Matt gets to play Chaos Dwarfs.
Right.
That's good. That's a very kind gift you've done, sir.
It's a very interesting army. I want to print him more, honestly. Like I just printed to his specifications with his 2,000 point list, and I feel like he probably might want to play around with it a little bit as a little surprise gift in there. I have not known what to do with these things for the longest time. I once upon a time converted an old metal hell cannon. This baby, literally, if you chucked at somebody's head, you're causing a traumatic brain injury, right?
Yeah.
Like it is heavy, okay. And like as this is well before I knew about green stuff or anything like that. So the cannons, like these things never fit well together.
Oh
right?
yeah,
So
no,
like,
never. Yeah.
it's not like a circle at the end. There's just like a big ass gap, But anyway, I put bloodletters on top of it and turned it into a skull cannon.
Oh.
So and that's for AOS. So that's sitting up on my shelf over there. However, I did not. I probably should just give him the damn whole hell cannon because honestly, I'm never playing a skull cannon in that army. Never. Why would you do that? Yeah, something to think about. But anyway, the 3 chaos dwarves that were the crewmen, I just have been sitting around. I'm like, why do I have 3 chaos dwarves? No reason.
No reason.
They're going in the back. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it. I look forward to Matt getting it all painted up very quickly, so I can enjoy games against it in the near future.
There have been talks about even meeting somewhere between Pennsylvania and Ohio if we can't figure out a weekend to get together and just to drop them off, just in case something happens towards the end of March. Then hopefully maybe they can be at least primed and ready to go at that point.
Quite possible.
It's not painted.
I mean, I'll have Lizardmen ready by then. But I suddenly don't want to play my Lizardmen at all anymore.
Yeah. Strangely enough, there's going to be a lot of high elf work coming, I think.
Oh my god. Yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that because my brain is just like, I need to clear all my hobby stuff. Because I have so many kit bashes conversions I want to do after reading the leaks, which we'll peruse here soon. But first, any other hobby for you? I guess we should, before we get there.
That would be it for me. Oh, well, work continues. This is just a personal hobby thing for me that I'm just enjoying doing. It may never see the light of day. It may never get touched, but we've been discussing a little bit of a comp pack for Old World. I would
call it a local comp pack. Like we're not trying to fix.
It's not meant for the wider public. If we do show it off and somebody wants to use it, then God bless. Have your fun. If you see it and you're like, this is terrible, I don't care.
You're absolutely right. It's terrible. If you love it, it's great.
You're allowed to think that. So it is what it is. But there's some changes in there that I think, just fun for the game or whatever. It's not crazy. We do mess with the magic a little bit. Not really the magic as like the casting spells or anything like that, but just what's your dice that are available.
Yeah, we put the resource back in.
The rules of magic casting and everything have not really been changed. That's base form.
And actually, I was immediately thinking with these leaks that we'll kind of touch upon. Do some of these items ruin that, or does it still work? I gotta figure that out.
I think it's still. I had that in mind.
Yeah, I'm
actually. Yeah, the extra dispel dice, huh?
Yeah. Plus the no casting with wizard level type thing going on.
That's still
I think it's like what does it make what we've done more? Anyway, that's a whole nother topic for a show.
Right.
We'll figure that out.
We can always cast that aside.
Yes. Let's dispel it from our minds for the time being.
Yes.
All right. Well, let me show off some of my hobby recently. I got some pictures here to bring to the forefront. If I can, that one. There you go. So I've delved deep back into the darkness that is Warhammer 40k. I have not played a single game. I still have no plans to, but the Eldari book came out, and I love my Yanari, so I bought the book in case I ever decide to play.
Nice.
They Apparently, GW also hates Yanari. It seems to be with the lore. I don't know what they're doing, but stop it, GW. Just let us have some fun. Um,
Or just make it their own army, like make them their
no,
own army.
actually, the one thing I did like about this book, because I've perused, like I said, I'm not gonna ever play competitively, but because the Yanari is a faction of the Eldari that also can combine other parts of Eldaris. Like they can have Drukari in it.
Uh,
They actually took and made Yanari specific Drukari, essentially war scrolls, and put them in this book. So they're not forcing me to go buy the Drukari book. That
Nice.
is a nice win from GW. That I love. That was fantastic. I still have a Drukari army. I'll probably still buy that book eventually anyway if I feel like it. But now I feel like I don't have to if I don't want to.
right.
And with how much I get a 40k game in, like this is my main army really anymore, more than Dark Angels. So I have this and I'm good. Actually, they're arriving tomorrow. They forgot to put them in the shipment, but I got the data cards too for it. Also behind this Eldari, because you got to get that free shipping. I picked up the Arcane Ruins, the old world terrain feature.
Is that the one with the skull in the middle of it?
Yeah, it's like you can kind of like separate it out, or it looks like a little altar.
It's almost like a hill.
Yeah. It's all stone.
Okay. Yep.
I realize it's just the one piece that I don't have that they currently sell, so I was like, oh, I'll just that'll take like 10 minutes to paint up, so I did that.
Yeah.
Branching away from Warhammer briefly.
Uh-oh.
So at the club, we're still playing some Saga. We're getting to the Magic version. Like we have another couple weeks. We do like Seasons of War where we just focus on a game maybe that we want to play. Got some of the fun trinkets, the special dice, the special movement sticks, and all that sort of stuff. Got a game in yesterday against club member Luke. Shout out to Evil Bob's Painting, who's a club member. He loves this game. He's walking us through it. He brings all the armies really. So it's like no lift for us. There is some parts of the game that I'm like I think that's poor game design, but I won't digress because this is a Warhammer podcast. And like I said, I'll play this on occasion because club members like it. You know how that goes.
Sure.
They'll play my game, I'll play their game. More importantly, back to Warhammer. I got some old world games in.
Ooh.
Yeah, with my Lizardmen, no less. And it's really funny because this was less than probably from the time of this episode releasing, because this might release on the Saturday or might still release late Friday. Less than a week ago, this army was still just primed. Which I forgot to take pictures of where it's at now and bring it up. But went to club day, the not my weekly club night, my monthly club. Excuse me, sorry. And I always put it as Age of Sigmar Old World Day. And to be fair, 9 times out of 10, it's Sigmar Day. So I brought my daughters a Arcane, and actually after our podcast last week, I was excited to play some Sigmar. Actually, I'm like, I want to get my daughters Arcane on the table. I want to play some Sigmar.
Yeah.
We had 6 people for Sigmar show up. Some Pittsburgh guys came, some of the local guys. Great. Shout out to the Fabricators Forge, the Steel City guys. And then Old World people came, and there was 5 of them. So guess what? I was excited for Sigmar, and I still played Old World because that's what was needed as the sort of event organizer for the day.
Nice.
Still, we did a mega battle. There's some new guys getting used to it. Had a good time. Let my dinosaurs get kind of run over. Had a good, had fun. Shout out to the dad and the son combo that were paired off against each other because we just did sort of a mega battle.
Yeah.
It wasn't like harsh love, but man, this dad was not letting his son get away with anything.
How old is the son?
Probably 12 at most, I think.
All right.
But yeah, it was just very much like if the son was like, they were rolling in a box, so if dice dropped out of his hand, the kid would want to keep it if it was good. The dad's like, no, in the box or not in the box, you pick one. I'm like, hey, all right, whatever. You guys have fun down there. I'm not gonna tell you how to teach your parent anything or teach your kid how to do that. And also, the day before, I got a game in against Aleks.
Nice.
And this is where
pictures.
Yeah. I got one of the pictures up now of him as we deployed. It was a good time. Nothing too strenuous. Just 2,000 points. He finished building the rest of his Terathi army, so his orcs and goblins. I think it's just goblins. So he added the extra 800 points, and he made the mistake of challenging me. He said that we should play games like weekly with these armies, and he wanted to see if he could finish his army, like which was just 800 points left before I could finish my Lizardman army, which was primed. Um, less than a week ahead. I'm probably like a day and a half, maybe 2 days away from finishing the army with some solid effort. So he's
Nice.
just like, he's frustrated, rightfully so. I was just like, hey, you don't, if you're gonna shoot at God, don't miss,
I've not heard that saying before, but I like it.
It's like an Elden Ring thing. It's like, hey, if you're gonna take a swing at God with your sword, you better not miss.
Right. Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So that was Garbrand's mistake.
Well, he didn't miss. He just didn't swing hard enough. I think he hit.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Well, with that, Hobby Lawn's out of the way. I'm trying to take notes. I'm doing a Vince Venturella. We're time stamping it here. Boom, for comment's sake. Yeah. So, Neil, I'm not sure if you've been watching. I've been doing high videos for High Elves, and all these almanacs have been coming out. There'll be one for each almanac because I'm so excited. I may even do a short video about what I buy Saturday. I am that excited. No one cares, and I understand out there. You guys don't care about what I'm buying. That's fine.
Yeah.
I care.
There. Yeah. I might have to get me in on that video. I'll be out of town. However, I may have a list. I have a list of things I need to. If you're going to be on there buying things, let me know.
Yes, I will. I always go through and I hit mine first, and then I go back in. And I'm happy though that, like I said, the last couple times, because I buy the book and the cards for every army. Like even if I'm not playing the army, I just want to have it. One, so we can review it here, and two, because I like collecting it.
Right.
And for the first couple armies that were coming out, I was like, it was close. I got lucky and I got them, but after that, like after maybe like the dwarfs, no problems. I think I could still go on right now and buy the Empire cards and book.
Yeah.
So they've really ramped up the production. Obviously, the concern is the characters, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
But Neil, how are you feeling just in general about High Elves from the articles they've released, the leaks we talked about last week, or the leaks?
Bro, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped. It's like if on a scale of 10, I'm an 11. Right. I love everything that they're doing. Speaks to how I enjoy playing this game. So, it's huge for me. We had a show a while back where we kind of wish listed. Oh, let's. If we could like piece out things, where the individual nations that make up Ulthuan are, have some kind of bonuses, or you kind of feel like you're playing that nation.
Yeah.
And they went and they did exactly that.
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. Maybe not in the same way that I talked about, but in a way that makes absolute sense. Right. Well, in fact, in some ways, maybe even more than what I talked about, honestly. So I'm super, super happy. Obviously I've seen the leaked rules and everything. So really jazzed up. Can't wait to start list building with it. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thrilled. And like they mentioned it in the article that at the time of this recording was released today. So go watch that video I did on the High Elf Arcane Journal Insights, which is a funny video to release whenever we're about to actually look at the Arcane Journal sort of loosely here. But the two things that I think JTY called out was, one, these lists are built for theme and to give you something interesting to do. Like that purest intention. I'm not writing like the team over there, they're not writing these armies of infamy so you can go win games. They're doing it because it's cool. And I think we've kind of lost track of that too. Like we're complaining about like, oh, it's always another cavalry one. But like then there's the cool things. It's like, no, all these are cool in their own way, even if we've lost track of it because we kind of put a little bit too much of like, how is this going to play on the tabletop?
Right.
And the high
That's why I'd love to live in a world where everybody has arcane journals.
Yes.
And like, you do like an event that says, arcane journals. Right?
Yeah,
So that you got now. Obviously, there are some that are better than others. You're going to run into that, but
sure.
I don't know. Like, I guess something's always going to be better than something else. It doesn't even matter, right? It doesn't matter whether these are good or whether they're bad. Something's always going to be better than something else in the competitive stage. Um,
Yeah,
it's
something's gonna
never
be on
going to be
top.
purely balanced. And if you want a very close to purely balanced game, you're going to get a game that's on rails.
Yeah, you'll
And
you'll get Age of Sigmar where it's currently at right now.
right.
Like a very good,
And
well-tuned competitive game that has a lot of
yeah,
stuff that we kind of find kind of boring.
right, right. So it's okay. Like, enjoy the. I know it sucks when your particular army is taking it on the chin a lot, right? But hopefully you're playing with some people too who are like, hey, I beat your ass the last 5 times. Maybe I'll dial something back and let you dial something up, right? Or
Yeah,
maybe you get an extra 200 points or something like that to play with, right? And it works. Then it works out, right? So
yeah. Well,
I don't
it's
know.
like I said, I went a whole year playing High Elves without even touching a dragon. Didn't even think about it. And then when I finally brought one, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's why people bring them. But it's like I'm not gonna bring it every time because
right.
like it depends. Am I here to teach you a lesson or am I here to just have some fun?
Well, I mean, all you need is a woodsman axe, and then you're fine.
Ah,
So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what people are complaining about.
I got an extra 90 points in my pocket.
Stop complaining.
Yeah, shut up, guys, get over it. Oh
Oh God,
man,
I do like. I did take a look at some of the new items and stuff, and well, we don't need to go over all of them and everything.
we'll go over. We're gonna do a full review when we get
Right.
the books in hand.
Yeah.
Like for now, like we have the PDFs in front of us of what's been leaked, the images, whatever, what have you.
Uh,
The guy who needs to really take care of his fingernails better. Uh, pictures.
yes.
Um, we're just gonna talk highlights and what we feel is fun, but like, yeah, we'll get more in depth at when we have it in hand as usual.
Yeah. Yeah. But I just looking at the items, I'm like, you know what? Remember how people used to bitch about how high elf items are always really good?
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but at first blush, whew,
they feel pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Also, too, the other thing I want to say about these armies of infamy that I love how we're like trying to think. And maybe this is true about everybody in their own specific armies. When I've looked at some of like the dwarfs and stuff like that, I'm like the restrictions. I'm like, kind of, I don't know, kind of hurts it. Then I saw these ones, and I think these are some of the most restricted ones we've seen, and I'm twice as excited for it than I have for the other ones. And it's probably because I know the army so intimately well. Like you, like I see exactly what they're doing, and I can work with this in such a good way.
yeah, oh, yeah.
So it's that thing of too, like, and like, yeah, my poor lizardmen over here, 90% painted, and I'm already like done with them.
I'm super happy. I've got 2 painted sky cutters that are
Mm.
just sitting there.
I only have one. I was hoping they were going to release the other one this week.
This is the one unit in high elves I have more than you.
Yeah.
That's great.
I have at least
You found
2
it.
of every monster and chariot except for the sky cutter.
Too funny.
Yeah, I even have like,
You do plan on rectifying that, right?
oh yeah, I'm buying a second sky cutter. I want to have 2 at least chariots. I'm gonna buy another.
I would pressure you to buy two new ones.
I might
You know,
actually. Yeah, like
do you
it's
know
like
why?
why?
You build one more regular one,
Yeah.
and you build one for a character.
Oh, it's true. The one I have doesn't have a character. Hmm. See, actually, you know what? It's gonna probably be that because I'm going to buy another tier knock chariot, so I can get 2 lions, just so I can run the lion chaff, and
Sure.
then I'm going to buy another chariot because, and I'm gonna put Core Hill on it or the chieftain.
Yeah.
That way, I can actually have the character mounted of that stuff too. Man, chariot like I don't mind. I don't mind those chariots. They're not that hard to paint.
No, they're cool looking too. They are great centerpiece models.
They are. All right, we've delayed enough. The first image I have up is all about the Tracian Warhouse. Neil, what do you think about the Tracian Warhouse, and how's it going to win events?
It's gonna do exactly what they said on the tin. It's gonna beat your face.
Mhm. You can,
It's gonna take your monsters and make your monsters go bye-byes. As long as you're able to get the thing that makes them go away into combat with them. That's always the question.
Well, like I said, the first start of this, when I was looking at the like composition, I'm like, oh, I can still take a high elf prince, so I can still take a dragon.
Yeah, and you can still take an archmage in this army as well. So if you're looking to play competitively, you, sir, still get your level 4 mage. Now, for these armies that are bringing 3 of those,
Yeah.
well, then I don't know, you know.
Yep.
But that is a thing that you can do. At least it is not one of those armies where it's just like, oh, by the way, you don't get any wizards, right? So if you're very wizard happy, as you might be, if you are of the high elf persuasion, then you're a happy person.
And like I said, not the stress too much, but outside the princes and the archmages, 0 to 1 per every 1,000 points. The new Charcian chieftain, which is just like a beefed up little, it's a sub hero. Like it's there's lords and there's heroes, and then like these are like that weird in between.
Yeah.
Which he's neat. He can be your BSB, so you can theme it. We get the new Stormweaver too, so you can have a level 4 and a level 3.
Yeah. Well, you could technically have.
Well, you could have
a level 4, a level 3, and a level 4.
It's true.
Because it's 0 to 1 per 1,000.
Well,
right?
you have you have 2 level 4s, 2 level 3s, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, with this.
True.
I don't know why you would.
I don't know why you would either.
Yeah.
But if you have that persuasion, there's your 1,000 points easy right there.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah, and actually, well, we'll get to the Stormweaver when we get there. But then the core, like, sure, I have to take 33% instead of, the 25. That's fine because I can take White Lions as my core.
Right.
And I'm not sure, have you looked at the Charcian Woodsman stuff yet?
I have. And I'm actually desperately thinking about what kind of model I want to use to represent that. That's the problem. Like, you can't, like, if they're going to be Charcian Woodsman and they're going to be a different profile and everything, do I want them to look exactly the same as like a White Lion? I don't think so.
I don't, that's where it's kicking in with me, where I'm like, I need to clear my hobby desk because I might buy some White Lions and kit bash them. So that way they can be this new unit.
Yeah.
It only makes sense to me because I'm wasteful. And I have too many bits, and I'm like you. I'm like, no, they can't look just like the White Lions. Like,
right.
I don't know. Yeah, so they're good too. Sure.
Charcian Chieftain, 3 wounds on that guy.
3 wounds. I know.
3 wounds.
With Stormweaver,
you know what else is super interesting to me on this guy before we get like really deep into it? He has strikes first.
So, well, yeah, he's a pseudo like Lord Prince type character.
Right.
So
right.
You give him that Great Blade, which he has, he's swinging initiative.
So like if he has a certain Woodsman's Axe, which is strikes last, you hate to see strikes last, but if you have strikes first and cancels it out, and your initiative just happens to be something like, I don't know, 6. I guess he's 5, but of course we've got Elven reflexes as well, right?
Yeah, so you're gonna be 6 first round of combat, plus 3 because you charged. Here's the thing with this Tracian army too, because just to round it out, you can get the White Lion unit of lions, you can get more White Lions in special, the War Lions, a Lion Chariot, and in rare you can take Lion Guard, which I'm trying to find a place for them, which that would be fine to just be a White Lion that you paint different, so just a beef up version. Shadow Warriors, who cares? Sisters of Avalorn, yes, please. I can take 2 of those at 2,000 points. Some Great Eagles and some Bolt Throwers. You're just taking Sisters, especially with that new magic bow that I'm in love with.
Yes, that's good too.
But,
oh my god, yeah.
But yeah, like I want to kit bash everything. But the problem you're gonna have with this army, and like I said, we'll talk more about it in the full review. It took me a while when I was playing this new game to figure out how to play. Like, okay, Swordmasters need a buff. They need Fury of Cain. Great, not a problem. I give them Fury of Cain, they're good to go. They get the extra attack, they're finally doing what they're supposed to do. High weapon skills, their defense, that's it. I kept misplaying the White Lions. In a White Lion unit, not a character, just a White Lion unit, if you do not charge, you might as well just throw that unit away. So this army has to be charging, and you're going to have to really learn how to position well to get all the charges you want when you want them. Because if you're just going to sit back and wait, you're going to get run over. You're going to lose models before step up even happens, and it's just going to be a nightmare. Maybe
Now
a
with
couple.
with all the cavalry out there and everything, they're gonna get charged, right?
Oh, for sure they are. That's going to be the problem. So you're figuring out, all right, maybe you do bring some spearmen here just to take the charge and the White Lions countercharge in the second round. Like positioning is going to be very big for this army. I think people are like us, like, oh man, I can take all these things. It's going to be great. Like, yes, but if you don't get charges with those Charge and Great Blades, you don't do anything. You die.
Yeah,
You have heavy armor at best.
yeah. Well, you do have stubborn though as well, so you hope that you're able to. You got a regiment the size that you can kind of, or unit as it is, that can take the charge, hopefully, and just give ground a little bit.
Hopefully, well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, I don't. You want to be charging with it, and you want to get that 3 inches because that way you're going to be swinging first with those great blades. Like, so that's the problem. But we'll talk deeper on that. But like I like, to me though, a skilled player of this army, someone who knows how to run it, like this is gonna go 5-0 in an event.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a high elves deep dive at some
And
point.
listen, there's a real chance that the next couple podcasts, like, they might be like, hey guys, today we're talking just Charcian Warhost, or Tracian Warhost, and then like, we'll see.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's fine. Like,
If
as
you
long
be
as
back
we're
with us next month,
yeah,
if you're interested.
prepare for another month of high elf content. All right, some other rules that they get, like, obviously, they get um, the spearmen archers can get moved through cover. You get to put down a dangerous terrain feature. Or is it difficult?
You get to put down a terrain feature,
Yeah,
but I don't think that
it's difficult. It's a difficult terrain feature,
Right.
which is 8 inches and 12 inches at the widest. You know what that is almost exactly?
Hmm.
The woods. I went and measured it.
Is
They're like 8 by 10.
Is it?
Yeah,
Nice.
so just take one. I could see on the
Old
competitive
school ones?
side where there's going to be issues where people are just like, well, what do I bring? It looks different, and it's just like, just bring the woods.
Yeah,
Bring the old woods. Make your life easy, everybody.
right. I I am of the opinion, this is just personal for my games, where there are no dangerous terrain woods. Difficult terrain, absolutely, but dangerous terrain doesn't make sense to me. Rivers, dangerous terrain, right?
Mhm.
If you're wearing heavy armor or plate mail and you go into a river, there is many historical battles where that ends very badly for
That's
you.
true.
Okay, people die in rivers. People don't die in forests all the time. The old
Well,
world may be rife with trouble, right? But you're on a battlefield with a bunch of guys with axes. The random goblin, hiding behind a tree is going to try and stab you. Probably going to be running the other way.
yeah.
But rivers and things like that I can see.
Now,
So,
however, I would say with that, if you're going to go that far, do you remember the end times? I mean, who doesn't
sure.
remember the end times? Do you remember the battle between Nagash and Cetra's forces? I think
Actually, I haven't made it that far yet. Spoilers.
no, spoilers. There's a battle at a river, and like every other battle, like next to rivers, like it's a stalemate, and they'll just kind of stand there. They just march into the river, and it talks about how they're just fighting underneath the river. They don't care because they're all skeletons.
So
So
none of them get washed away, huh?
yeah,
All right.
so if you're
There's no current in this river whatsoever.
if you're a skeleton, you at least get your reroll on the dangerous. Let's call it that.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, also, if you're coming with a Trace army, guess what? Everyone kills White Lions there. I like this. Just the flat 10 points to give archers or spearmen, however many's in that unit, the cloak to give them extra shooting protection. I like that. I feel like you need to bring at least 10 models to make those points worth it. But if you bring a big block spearman, yeah, throw it on there and give them some shooting protection. That'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, let's proclaim our love though for the Seaguard Garrison. How you feeling about this one?
Seaguard Garrison, I'm liking too. I don't. Am I maybe if I'm a 10 out of 10 on the Creation one, maybe I'm a 9 out of 10 on this one, but that's still like very high. So I don't want to sound like I'm poo-pooing this one versus the other one. I love it too. So, but maybe I'm just a little bit more excited about the White Lions. But
I think we're more excited because we know how powerful that one's going to be, and some of our friends need to get punched in the mouth on the game table.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Time for that comeuppance. By the
Until
way,
the phonetic starts spinning through those white lines. And you're
well, yeah,
watching
then
your
you're
points
screwed.
go
Yeah.
away.
Ouch. Yeah, you're right about that.
Mhm.
Or some fireballs. By the way, the other thing is I want to shout out too. Like, high elves might be making more of a presence known in the tabletop, whether it's tournaments, events, or just what have you. Let me tell you, dark elf players, you've had it rough. But the one place where you succeed is in combat against high elves with all of your rerolls against us. I'm curious to see high elves come out, increase, if the dark elves increase as well. Because I'll be honest, there's, you know, you get a competent dark elf player, their rules are just made to beat in high elves. They're
Yeah.
they're gonna lose every other game, but if they encounter that high elf player is not gonna have an easy time.
As it should be.
Yeah, as it should be. But anyway, Seaguard Garrison. All right, so we got the Seaguard Garrison Commander and the Stormweavers. As many as you want.
Uh-huh.
Cool. And then you get the Dragon Mage.
I love that. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I was
But
not.
makes sense. You can, you
Yep.
could be you can have dragon on a boat, right?
Yep, and that's the thing too. Like, so I can take a dragon in both armies. The first dragon I ran was a Dragon Mage. It
Uh-huh.
it wasn't even the best dragon, and it still won me the game. So great. we're still in competitive territory here. And of course, nobles and mages. So you can actually take 2 dragon mages potentially. I don't know how that would work out in points wise. No, that'd be probably like 600-700 points. It'd be
600 some. Yeah, for dragon mages. Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't go too hard with it. Yeah.
Dragon mages are 0 to 1 per 1,000, right?
Yep. So you could take 2 of them if you
Yeah.
wanted. And then let's see, core. You got the 33% as usual now with this stuff. Seaguard and Ship's Company, which is nice. The Ship's Company, if we remember from the articles and everything, and the leaks, was just archers and spearmen that just attach as a detachment to the Seaguard, which is kind of cool because in the article today they're talking about how they're the guys on the boats. Like, the Seaguard aren't running the boats; they're the military force that can go on the boats. They're the Marines, but there still needs to be guys and gals running the boats.
Right.
That's what the Ship's Company is. But they have spears and bows. They're like, all right, I gotta fight, whatever, let's go.
Yeah.
I like that, and also 0 to 1 Shadow Warriors in core, which, yeah, for core to just put them in the backfield and go war machine hunting, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you might put that upgrade on a Sky Cutter and just make him do it.
Now, how many Seaguard Garrison commanders do you get?
You can have Seaguard Garrison Commanders and Stormweavers, as many as you want.
Did you ever take a look down there at what the Garrison commanders can take?
No, I'll go down there in a second. We'll just round this out. Special, get Sky Cutters, up to 2 Eagles per 1,000, up to 3 Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers per 1,000. That makes sense. That fits the theme. Rare, Alarian Reavers, which threw me the heck off.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? I like Illyrian Reavers. They're my jam. But I was like, I don't think you're taking at that. 0 to 1 Flamespire, Frostheart Phoenix. That was kind of unexpected. I didn't expect those to be in there. Dragon Mage make more sense than those.
Burning bird on a boat.
Well, see,
I don't know.
They can control. Yeah, they can control their flames. Here's the thing I'm wondering. I don't think the Phoenixes are capable of this, but did you ever read the War of the Beard series?
No.
So, like, I don't want to spoil it, but essentially the main elf dude has a dragon, and he would regularly fly, like, after a battle, fly back to
Dragon or a phoenix?
Oh, he's a dragon. He's a dragon. Okay. He would regularly, him and the dragon, after a battle. So they just fought for a couple hours. And dragons are badasses. There's no doubt about that. They would regularly fly back to Uthwan right after a battle. It took a while. Like, he would sleep in the saddle, and the dragon would just fly however long that took. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like 13, 14, 20 hours. I don't know. I don't know if the Phoenixes have that sort of stamina that the dragon would have.
I don't know.
Like, it's so weird to think about, to be a dragon and be like, I can go anywhere in the world without tiring.
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, the Phoenixes were a bit of a surprise, but I guess sure, let's get him in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And then the Merworm, yeah, good old Merworm. I can't wait to get him.
Yeah. Which, by the way, toughness 6. Rumors were that it was toughness 5.
That was my guess. My
In
guess was
fact,
5. Yeah.
Well, actually, a lot of people, I think they had been saying, like, had been hearing that it was toughness 5, but lies and deceit. It is toughness 6.
Tons of 6s. Real quick before we look at the Sea Guard commander, as you're pointing me towards, see, yeah, you can give Sky Cutters 0 to 1 per 1,000 points. You can get Ambushers for 10 points. 0 to 1 Shadow Warriors can get Ambushers for free. And 0 to 1 Sea Guard can get Drilled. So yeah, cool free bonuses, and it makes sense for them.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do magic items later. We'll peruse those.
Let me just point out one thing real quick about, because this kind of,
Oh yeah, what you got?
you're thinking about who you want to take right in these lists. This commander,
Sea Guard
It is
Garrison
only two-
Commander.
yeah, now he is only 2 wounds, right? So this is like a hero level character, right?
Yeah, 90
However-
points though. Pretty cheap.
Yeah, pretty cheap, right? Also, he can go on a griffin.
I'm sorry, what?
He can go on a griffin.
How many wounds does that give him?
3 or 4?
Extra?
Well, total extra. This is extra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so essentially this is the guy that we haven't got a re-release for, the guy from the Island of Blood set.
Yeah.
Who is in the image, by the way.
Uh-huh. Yes. So, like, I saw that as just like a griffin, really. Now, he can also go on a great eagle or another sky cutter. You could literally have an army of sky cutters. I mean, maybe a couple regiments of Sea Guard and all the rest sky cutters.
As many Sky Cutters as possible. That's fun.
So, but yeah, I mean, you could have at 90 points, and a griffin is an extra 130 points. Okay. So before you even
220.
start
220
putting
points.
magic items on this boss, you're looking at 210 points, right?
220. He's 90 points.
Or 220.
Now, weapon skill 6. What's the toughness increase from the Griffin?
I believe it's 1.
Okay, so toughness 4. 5 wounds. Okay, all right.
At least
And that's
He's
before you
5.
even give him like magic items to just give him like higher armor saves.
right. It's not terrible. In fact, I want to, as you talk about the next thing we want to cover here, I'm going to look up what we
Gotcha.
got for high elves and what a griffin actually is.
I
So
love doing this off the cuff. It's so fun. All right, I'll tell you what I want to call out real quick is Stormweavers, because I'm very excited for them. For a couple reasons. So there's the basic 85 point level 1 mage. You can make them a level 2 or level 3, so there's a lot of versatility in that. And actually, the level 3 comes out to 145 points, which is actually 10 points cheaper than buying an Archmage level 3 right now.
Wow.
Still get 75 points of magic items, so still lots of stuff to do. Lower Safari, all the basic stuff. Loses Lilith's Blessing, I've noticed. So won't get that free little reroll, but illusion, elementalism, and dark magic. We got dark magic now, so we got more hexes and fun stuff we can do. So you bring an Archmage with high magic to buff yourself up, and you take the Stormweaver of dark magic to debuff your opponents.
Yeah.
And you can put him on a unicorn for
yes,
35 points.
Freaking unicorn. So back in the day,
Yep.
a lot of you knew Warhammer. You knew 6th, 7th, and 8th edition players who know nothing of the old magics. Okay. There was a character way back when in 4th edition who was a high elf on a unicorn, and then you just never saw a unicorn for the high elves ever again.
Yeah, they were all in the Bretonnians or the Wood Elves at best.
Yeah, it all kind of moved its way away, but the high elves, damn it, they were there first. Okay.
Yep.
They weren't there first, they were there at the same time. Okay.
Yep.
So that is awesome. That actually gives me a lot of hope when we get our next Arcane Journal for High Elves and they do Avelorn.
No, we can't look too far ahead, Neil.
Oh no, let me do it.
Okay,
Wish
all
list
right,
all
all right.
over the
Wish
place.
list next Arcane Journal.
And then you're gonna see like the Ever Queen on a unicorn, some
Oh my
badass new
god,
model.
that'd be so
Yeah.
sick. Yeah, the unicorn, strength 4, extra wounds, so your toughness 3 elf goes to toughness 4, or not toughness. Sorry, it's toughness 3 still, but you get 3 wounds. Um, has the armor bane attacks on the horn, but has armored hide, so you're suddenly getting some saves going on here. Got this nice little beguiling aura, I should say. Sorry. Um, you must take a leadership test before making any rolls to hit in this mod on combat phase. If you failed, only natural 6s hit. So it's like a nice little fear. And my favorite part here right at the bottom, Wandering Mage. An army using the High Elf Realm's Grand Army composition may include 0 to 1 Stormweavers per 1,000 points as a character choice. I freaking love that I can put this in my normal army.
Yeah.
It's on a 40 by 60. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But okay, what am I going to kit bash this unicorn from?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm sure I'm going to find a 3D print of something to do so.
I'm sticking with
you're
the
gonna
high
have to get a
elves.
Lady Elise, right?
A Lady Elise would be ideal. And then just kit bash like the top portion.
Like a high elf mage over top. In fact, you could probably get away with something AOSified.
Yeah, I'd have to see if there's anything on AOS that would work.
Possibly the dark elf sorceress model. Just do the so you do the legs of whoever's on there, and then the dark elf sorceress model to reaching out, the one that's reaching out.
Yeah, that's true.
Really.
We'll see. This is gonna be the hardest kit bash, but I'm already thinking about how I want to do it.
Yeah.
I've kit bashed a unicorn in my wood elf army, but it was just like a standard Tyrannok chariot horse, which I'll have extras of those. And I just kind of I found a bit that looked like a horn, just put it on there, right, and it turned out okay, but it's not big. I feel like a unicorn would be a beefy boy. So, but yeah, I never thought I'd say I'm incredibly excited for a level 3 mage.
Yeah.
But I am. The dark magic too just kind of ties into the whole eventually Tarathi falls and joins the wrong side of things type thing, and during the end times, I'm like, ooh, a little tricky going on here.
There you go. Sees how effective it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, the Griffin is +2 toughness, 3 wounds. So you're looking at toughness 5. Jeez. And there might be an artifact that might be boosting your toughness up as well.
Oh,
just in case you're worried about that.
For sure.
So anyway, it's the seeing a Griffin being able to be used in this army is awesome. I'm a big Griffin fan. Yep. Going back to as I said, the old days with Eltharion being the very first.
Well, not even reason to use your Eltharion, actually.
What's that?
You can use your Eltharion for this now.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
He's in there.
Yeah. Things to think about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so in love with Griffins. He's my first out of box model I ever bought for Warhammer Fantasy was Eltharion. So I'm a huge fan of Griffins. I like Griffins better than I like the Dragons. The Dragons are OP. They are in fact easy mode. You want to use a Griffin. The real connoisseurs of high elves use the Griffin. true connoisseurs and lovers of high elves.
The people who received way too many copies of Isle of Blood throughout their time use Griffins.
That Griffin doesn't count.
It better, because I have 6 of them.
I gave one of those away, actually.
But
they are good. They are good.
I have one that's stock, that's like the Prince with the lance. I have one that's a BSB. I have one that's a mage, and I have one that's also noble or prince, but he had the Reaver bow. So you just fly around and just be like, bolt thrower. Yeah. Which I could do again.
Lightning bolt.
Yep. Do you want to talk a little bit about our named characters we get going here?
Our named characters?
Yeah, Isha Vess and Corhill Lionmane.
Can I tell you? I would like to talk about Corhill if you'd like to talk about Isha Vess. I feel like
we can do that. I can talk about either. You take your choice.
All right. Let me see here. I got to get to it in this whack ass PDF.
Page 9.
All right. So, Core Hill. You may be included in any High Elf Realms army made using any army composition list. That includes an option to take one or more white lions of trace, or
So,
Crace, rather.
so essentially, you're not taking him in the Sea Guard garrison.
Right.
That's it.
He must be fielded as presented here. He has movement 5, weapon skill 7, ballistic skill
Great.
5.
Who cares? He doesn't have a
For some
bow.
reason, yeah.
They
Strength
should,
4.
they should be like ballistic skill 10. Like he's really good, but he just never remembers his bow.
100. Let's make it 100. Who cares? Toughness 3, wounds 3, initiative 6, attacks 4, leadership 9, 175 points is what he's coming in at. He is heavy infantry. He is named character. He is a hand weapon. Shayal, see below, the pelt of Sharondas.
Sharondas, yep.
That's
Or
how you
Carondas, I'm not
pronounce
sure.
it. And heavy armor may be mounted on a chieftain's chariot, which you're going to do for plus 105 points, because you like him to have 6 wounds instead of. And so he's going to have Elven Reflexes, Furious Charge, which is very good.
Plus, we
especially
can
with him.
make that 5 attacks because you're going to be charging with them.
Mighty Constitution, move through cover. Move through cover with a
Asterisks.
Oh, it does not apply to Core Hill's mount.
Same thing with the Furious Charge and cover does not
I was
apply
just like,
to.
wait, does that mean the chariot gets to go through the woods just fine?
No, sadly.
Damn it. Curses.
Although
They thought of everything here.
Yeah, I listen, they should have let it.
Yeah. All right. So the pelt, or Mighty Constitution is the rule here. During a turn in which he made a charge move of 3 inches or more, Core Hill gains a +1 modifier to his strength characteristic. In addition, he's immune to poison attacks. So if they roll poison attacks, they still have to roll to wound as normal.
Which I think has been in the lore, like he's been poisoned and just like said, screw it. Like he's just that high of a constitution.
Yeah.
Also too, let's he's space strength 4, so he charged 3 inches, which is what you're doing. You're now strength 5. That's before you read his weapon. You're gonna get to here after the pelt.
Yes, we are getting there. All right. So pelt of Charandaris. The wearer of the pelt of Charandaris improves their armor value by 1 whilst engaged in combat and 2 against non-magical shooting attacks. In addition, the wearer gains the regeneration 5 plus special rule.
Thank Aisha for that, because the biggest I loved running him. Like I loved like him and Caradrian. Like they were more of my characters I ran than Teclis and Tyrion and all that sort of stuff. Because like they felt fun too. And plus Core Hill, he's the strong elf. Like I'm gonna love him. But the problem was you got him in combat, and if you whiffed or didn't go first, you probably just died. If it was like a character duel, it wasn't always good. Like he'd win against anybody that's not a character, but against a character in that game, it was always bad because he just had the heavy armor. I'm happy there's some regen on him now.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, thrilled with it.
You got a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance because what you didn't hear me read in all of those rules, even though he's a high elf lord level character, right, is you did not hear me read first strike or strikes first.
Right.
That is the one unfortunate thing. Wish we had that.
However,
but
his weapon is not strikes last. You're gonna read some more details on it. So.
Yep. So, because it is a hand weapon, actually, it is not a two-handed. So, he has Shayal combat strength 2 plus 2. All right,
so
AP -3. Killing blow requires 2 hands, but it is not strikes last.
Also read that note.
Here we go. The wielder of Shayal may reroll any rolls to hit of a natural roll of 1 during the combat phase. So
here's the thing. If you're in the White Lion's army, you want to be charging. Let's not even put him on the chariot right now. Let's keep him in a unit of White Lions. All right? He goes in. He charges 3 inches. Sure, he's immune to poison attacks. I really don't care about that. What I care about, okay, he's strength 4. All right, well, we just charged in 3 inches. Oh, wait, I do care about his mighty constitution. He's now strength 5 and furious charge, so 5 attacks. That's great. What if I made him strength 7, -3 AP, and killing blow, and reroll all 1s with my 4 attacks? I'm sorry. If you're a character, you're in trouble. If you're a big beefy monster, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, strength 7? Oh, I get to wound dragons on a 3? Yeah, I'll take that. Like, I wish
Now
he had
the only thing you wish you might have seen here is that
Monster
like a
Slayer.
multiple wounds, right, or
Not
something like that
not
against
even that.
monsters.
I would have taken Monster Slayer.
So Monster Slayer.
I would
Yeah.
take because I wish he had Monster Slayer, but like
He'd
also
probably be too good at that point, though. Let's be honest, right?
yeah, and lore wise, Charondas, the like chaos infused corrupted lion that he wears that he killed, the axe didn't do anything against it. He had to choke the thing out. So technically, it should be he gets Monster Killer if he fights barehanded.
Oh man, he used to have 2 axes though, and he does have 2 axes in his model.
He does. The extra axe, I think it had a name, but it just gave him an extra attack. So Furious Charge is the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all it did in the old game. It just gave him an extra attack.
it's unfortunate though because I want my guy to not. I want him to have 2 hands on the axe. Then you know what I mean. But oh well.
That's fine. He hasn't quite learned yet to do the extra attacks. He's
Gotcha.
he's still growing. He's got some time.
Still leveling up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let me read about our new love. Isha Vest, the Sentinel of the Silent Isle. I'll match your weapon skill 6 with Core Hill. But I'll have ballistic skill 7, and I remember to bring bows to the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Also strength 4, which is, I guess she's kind of like the grizzled pirate. She's toughness 3, wounds 3, solid there. Initiative 7, so 1 higher. Tax 3, 1 less. High leadership, which broadcasts out 15 inches. And 5 points cheaper, so 170. She has
She's your general, 15 inches.
If she's your general, which if you're bringing the Seaguard army, she's your general.
Right.
Because also, just to read up top, she may be included in High Elf Realm's army made using any composition list that allow you can take Seaguard, essentially. So she can't go with the Tracian one.
Gotcha.
But yeah, if you can take Seaguard, you can bring her. And if you're taking the Sea Garrison, you're going to make her the general, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
She has a hand weapon, heavy armor, and shield. So 5 up, 4 up right now. She's Mathlin's Ire and Warbow, the commanding voice, which is the extended range if she's the general. Ithamar weapons, which is great because she gets the rerolls with Ithamar weapons. Naval discipline, which is the stand and shoot and reform that Seaguard get to do. Rallying cry, which is really good because I don't think there's any other rallying cry in the High Elf army.
Mm.
I'm unless the prince has it. I don't run princes too often, but I don't think anything else has it. Like I said, maybe the prince, but this is good because also it's gonna be infantry based. She'll be near the infantry, so it's good to have. She does have strikes first. Precision strikes and Devour the Ages. And actually, I want to put a pause. I just remembered something with Core Hill. He's initiative 6. You charge 3 inches. Initiative 9. And Elven Reflexes. He's initiative 10 anyway. I just realized that. she's also going to be capping out here at initiative 10. She could actually go to 11 if they let us. Precision strikes too. Okay, so anyway, we did commanding voice, extended range. Precision strikes. She gives whatever unit she's with that are a Lothran Seaguard. Here's armor penetration. On everything, shooting and combat. It doesn't specify.
Yeah.
You're just better. You are just better.
Pretty nice.
It is. And then
So are you still thinking, if you're looking at these rules, I'll let you finish here,
Mm-hmm.
but are you still thinking towards like Death Starry kind of?
For the Seaguard, yes, because White Lions, I think, can get away with not doing that with the Tracian, because they can pack a punch in smaller units, whereas the Seaguard really need that. They need to be in that block. You need to get the bow shots off. They need to have their supporting attacks with the spears. They just don't fight as well as a unit.
Yeah.
So you really need to buff up the one unit and like have everything else around it to kind of help mop up.
Gotcha.
I'm happy to be proven wrong. Like right now, my Lothran Seaguard and my normal army is just the bunker for my mage.
Sure.
Which take high magic, make them ethereal. Now I'm going into combat. You can't hurt me, but I'm going to do AP rend against you. Great, love it.
Yeah.
All right. Mathlin's Ire, so her little trident. Strength +1, she'll be Strength 5, AP 2, Armor Bane 1, magical attacks. During the enemy combat phase, enemy models must reroll a single successful to hit made against the wielder of this weapon, essentially. Great. Biggest problem, she's on a 4-up armor. You don't want to be challenging with her.
No.
She's gonna go down quick and hard, and then losing that potent ability to get the rend on that Sea Guard will kind of hurt. Like I said, I don't think you need to make her the general in the sea garrison, but I think if you are going to bring her, you make her the general just for the command bonus buff, because maybe she sits in in that big unit that's the Death Star, which is you gotta give her the protection essentially, and you put something else in there to maybe accept the challenges, something like a defensive thing, so she doesn't have to take any challenges.
I'm desperate to see this Sea Guard army against the Wolves of the Sea. I think seeing that on the tabletop would be so cool, right? They're very themey and everything.
Actually, I think I could do that. Clubmate Tom, he has Wolves of the Sea, and I have plenty of. I have enough Sea Guard. I said I need more Sky Cutters. That's it.
We need pictures of that battle when you do it.
I will. Yeah, I still like her. I think it's great. Her rallying cry is good. Yeah, and then the war bow and everything. I'm pretty sure she still gets the Heirs of Aisha. So she'll get extra armor bane on there. So, she's gonna be putting out some good attacks. She's useful. She's not. She's spreading her love as far as her usefulness. It's not just like this unit's gonna wreck face like Core Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Stormweavers. We talked briefly about the Chieftains. They're kind of fun. You're gonna put them on the Chariot too. Give them the extra little bonus there. Anything you see about the Chieftain you like, the Tracian Chieftain?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's right off the bat. I mean, he's got first strike, right?
Yeah, that's great.
So, love that. So now all of a sudden you're using that item that does have strikes last, and now you're just striking at initiative.
Or you can give him the extra hand weapon.
Can you?
Yeah, he can take an extra hand weapon for 4, and a Tracian Great Blade for 3.
Okay.
And it's Ithamar weapons, so he'll get rerolls. He'll be 4 attacks with that. But I don't know. Probably the Great Blade's probably still the better way.
Yeah, I'm probably going Great Blade for sure. Or I'm putting a magic weapon on him anyway. Just let him go ham.
Yeah.
He's gonna be my bro who's some monster protection. I think. Right. Gonna throw him in a unit of white lions and be like, charge me, bro, because I'm challenging you.
So. Yeah, that's true. Maybe he's the one you don't put on the Chariot because you just want him in the unit to accept challenges.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to run around and you want him to charge, then sure, put him on the Chariot. Absolutely. Notice the captain's chariot. Is it captain's chariot? Is that what it's called?
Chieftain's chariot.
Chieftain's chariot. Yeah. The lions on this chariot get a little buff as well.
Oh, do they? Weapon skill 5, strength 4, initiative 4, attacks 2 each. So is the weapon skills a little better? What am I missing here?
They have Chieftain's chariot paid. Or is this just this guy? Maybe I was seeing. I swear to God, I saw the Chieftain's chariot somewhere. I'm not seeing it right now. Oh well. When we cover this in depth, we'll talk about it. But I believe I saw something about their attacks getting AP or not AP armor bane.
Armor bane. I think the lions get armor bane too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't. I think that's still the same for them.
Yeah. So I think they got some armor bane coming through there on the lion attacks, which is always nice.
Mm-hmm. So. The Lion's Guard. They don't feel good enough to not just take white lions. I'm struggling to find the use for them personally right now. Like the Furious Charge is great. Veteran is great. I don't know why. Like the Lookout Sir is good, I guess, but the rerolling Lookout Sir. Like I'm looking at this. I'm like, I'd rather take a bigger unit of something else, like White Lions. Like, I'm trying to think. Like these aren't bad. Here's the thing. Like this is a great unit. But I'm like, I don't know the exact use case for it yet. I haven't quite cracked the code on that one. I'm still looking through it. I mean, this is
You have a
also like
Lion
within
Guard
hours.
captain that can purchase weapons of up to 50 points, magic weapons. So that Wolves of Sea, when you get challenged at the beginning,
It's
you
true.
crush that.
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, the
Unless
weapon
you
skill
break them out.
6. Yeah. Charging Great Blades. There's still only 5 up armor.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, the reason why you take him as a model, this unit can accept challenges, right? So,
But what am I protecting?
What's that?
But what am I putting in that unit to protect?
Well, maybe your chieftain, right? You put your chieftain in there, so if somebody tries to come out and challenge him out, you just use some basic bro. He gets crushed by whatever the lord there is. Can they issue challenges? They can only accept challenges.
Accept. They can only accept.
That's too bad, because if you could issue challenges with just a little, that'd be badass, right? But
That's true.
So you will not be getting challenged if you have like a wizard in this
I guess
unit,
you could put the
right?
Stormweaver in there for protection and keep them safe.
So,
Okay.
yeah. That's maybe the powerful thing there is like you put a wizard in there, right? They accept any challenges for somebody trying to attack your wizard.
Don't White Lions have the ability to? I think they still have the ability. I never throw characters in my White Lions, so I didn't have to read it. Let me check this real quick. Where you at? Oh, that's right. This is my dragon list. Go throw White Lions in real quick. If we cover Kingsguard, that's what they have. A models unit of White Lions is joined by Army's general. Okay, if your general's in a White Lions unit, they can issue and accept challenges.
Issue and accept. That's really
so
good.
Yeah. But if your general's in the White Lion units currently, this they can only accept. So that's why I'm looking. I'm like, I don't know if they're cost effective compared to just White Lions, unless I really want to protect my general. But I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's why I they're still great, but I'm trying to find the use case. So, but hey, we got time for that book to come out for me to think about it in list build.
Oh yeah.
We might find it. We might find it.
Absolutely. But more importantly than that is the Creation Woodsman.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Not to go too much because we gotta save some for the full show.
Sure.
But like, man, all right, sure. I have less armor. I still have a Tracy and Great Blade. My weapon skill's worse, but I'm skirmish and I'm small. And what I can scout for free, or I can buy ambushers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You want War Machine Hunters? These.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. Move through cover, skirmishers, valor, age, vanguard them up.
12 points per model, minimum 5. 60 points for unit 5 to just boom, I'm in your back line.
Right.
Why not? I hear a little white line in your background there. A little
Yeah,
white line.
yeah, that's my living room tiger back there. Yeah.
he's a fan.
He always we like to make the golem voice and say he always needs to feed. That's what he's yelling about right now. So
and also too, you can take warbows with these.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing.
It's like basically Sea Guard, but like White Lions.
Yeah. And what if they were
skirmish, right? So can they take White Line pelts or no? Let's see here. Lion Cloak.
Lion Cloak special, +1 point per model, and you can give them heavy armor. You could make them full White Lions minus the weapon skill.
Yeah.
With bows.
So, all right. So wait. So if they're going through the woods, all right, they vanguarded into the woods. All right.
Yep.
Let's say you want to shoot at these bros. All right. They're already behind cover. All right.
Yep.
They're maybe they're at long range, maybe they're at short range. Who cares? Okay. So they're getting. Let me stop this cat here. They're getting -2, right? To hit from the line cloaks if it's just normal shooting, and then their skirmish and their infantry-based models -3. You can't shoot these guys.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Also, sorry, I did misspeak on one thing. Only 0 to 1 of this unit can replace Vanguard with Scout or Ambusher. So you're only getting 1 in the back line.
Who cares?
That's fine, yeah. That's the cheap one you put back there, yeah.
As I can. I mean, they're amazing.
And their core choice, too, in the Tracian Army of Infamy.
Oh, it's so good. And they're cheap. As elves go,
Yeah,
Zelfsgo, that's pretty cheap, man.
and the core strength 4, like they're.
Yeah,
I love them.
yeah.
Um, man, yeah. All right. Anyway, we could talk about Ship's Company. Let's save that for the future, because they're
Mhm.
essentially just bowmen, and spearmen that you can just figure out. That's fine. And they're detachments to the Sea Guard for that sort of stuff, if you want them to be.
Yeah.
Um, the only thing I'll call out is you can give one unit 1,000 points skirmish, if you want to. If you don't want to run them as a detachment, you want skirmishing archers for super cheap. That's cool. Skirmishing
Yeah.
spearmen.
They've got evasive, man. They've got fire and flee. Do not sleep on that.
Yeah,
That's really good.
yeah,
Right.
that's true. Actually, I missed that. I'm glad you brought that up, because no, actually, yeah, 9 points a model. Spring some archers, fire and flee, evasive skirmish. That's
Yeah.
super cheap.
That's super cheap for those rules. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
skirmish
no
is free.
sisters, but don't sleep on those guys.
No, that's. Whew. We just got our chaff in this army. That's what this Arcane Journal's giving us. Like, you want all your chaff here? Do you want a lion chaff? Do you want archer chaff?
Yeah. The lions may be a little bit pricey to be chaff. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I got to say about that.
Now, 18 points per model with those. They're just the lions. But that's still good. Like, they have their fangs and claws. What is nice about it is movement 8. There's your little white lion.
There
Little
it is.
lion.
There's a white line right there.
Yeah, how cute.
At least mostly white.
Mostly white, yeah. Little tuxedo. So your movement 8, you cause fear, move through cover, all that sort of stuff. Swift stride and vanguard. So you vanguard up into those woods. You march 16. And if they don't deal with that, if they don't take their shooting unit and deal with that, and they have something in the back line they don't want to die, the Lions could do some work. They could war machine hunt, and they can get back there pretty quick. So, and it's one of those things where it's like, it's so cheap that it feels like it becomes a detriment to my opponent, because if you don't deal with it, well, I'm gonna get some nice combat res out of this. I'll either charge you in the flank or the rear, or I'll hunt your war machines or your lone hero hiding back there, and you have to spend your probably 200-ish point unit to kill my 36-point unit for a turn.
Yeah. And they're gonna smoke.
There's no armor save. These things die. These things will die. They're 1 wound each. You can kill them at a drop of a hat, but unless they have something that can just like one-off shoot and do that.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna smoke like somebody's wolf riders, right? And then they're gonna come down the flank. So,
yep. Like I said, and they can take you to 2 to 6. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm gonna have 2 for sure. But like, unit 6 might be a bigger threat. Unit 2 feels good. Maybe 3 at most. I don't see going bigger than 3 with me personally. But I'll probably, if I build them, it'll be in 2s, because I'll be buying chariots to do that with.
Yeah.
Speaking
you make
of
it small enough that like they're like, I have to waste
yes.
an entire unit shooting into these things.
I would rather take 2 units of 2 than 1 unit of 4, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh boy, do you need a Tiernok chariot? Because I might have a few extras coming up here.
Do I need to...
like
do I actually? No, I have 2 of my own, so no, we're good.
I think I have 2 right now, maybe 3. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's okay. What's another 10,000 points on top of my 20-ish thousand points?
That's a 10,000 points amongst friends.
Man, I feel so bad for these Caradron overlords I bought back at the grand finale, and even like the orc, I still have that orc terrain feature and endless spells, and I'm like, I'm sorry guys, you don't exist.
That's called a backlog, Chuck. They exist and they're fine, and it's okay for them to be there.
It is. But like, yeah, they're gonna keep getting pushed, because the next thing I paint after this army is going to be that terrain feature, because I can do that in like probably 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like build and paint. And then I have some like smaller one-off things like from old world stuff. So and then it's all high elves, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just gotta clear this lizardman table off, lizardman army off the table. We'll get there. Oh yeah, and let's talk about the murder worm before we do magic items fun. Weapon skill 6, strength 6, toughness 6, wound 6, as you mentioned earlier. Everything else is kind of what they said within the articles. So It's harder to shoot it at long range. It saps your strength when you're in combat with it. You know, it has the talons, so 4 attacks, and it's like, okay, sure. It's strength 6, AP 1, armor bane. You can do the tail. In combat, this model must make one of its attacks each turn this weapon. So you're taking 3 attacks with the lashing talons, 1 attack with the tail. It strikes last, strength +2, so strength 8, AP -2, and it has the breath weapon. Which sure, it's, you know, that's fine, but like, this is a big beefy thing that just, like, I'm glad it's toughness 6. I'm just gonna run it forward and be like, yeah, go deal some stuff, and the Sea Guard will come up and mop up the flank.
Right.
That's how I see to use this thing.
Yeah, just run it forward. I ambush a bunch of people, right? So now you got stuff on the flanks coming in. You've got stuff in the backfield, right? You've got a giant monster coming forward. What you gonna do? How you gonna move around? How you gonna deal with all that?
Here's the ideal situation. It will happen once, and somebody tell me about it. It'll be great. You have the Merworm go up. All right. The Merworm gets charged. Merworm gets pushed back 2 inches. They decide to follow up. Well, guess what's now in range to get charged in the flank? 'Cause that Merworm's taking up that whole front rank. Is this Lothran Sea Guard that are on the flank? So here's your Merworm. Here's your unit. Sea Guard swing onto the flank here, and guess what? After that round's done, well, they have a detachment of spearmen. They're gonna just come in the back on the 3rd round. Whatever that middle is dead. You're probably screwing everything else up in the game to make that happen, but I want to do it. So are you going to be 3D printing some sort of Merworm? Are you excited for him? Like I am.
I don't know. I'm on the fence between. I want to know what some of this stuff costs, because that's going to be the determinant for me, right?
Yeah,
You know?
the
So
basic
it's gonna
stuff I've seen, like the cost for that have been going around. It's like, you know, like a battalion box is like what, 130. The book's like 30. Cards are like 20, whatever, like basic stuff. I'm like, yeah, what's he cost?
right.
He's
Yeah.
Forge World resin. What do these new
Right.
characters cost?
Right. So I got some resin in my basement too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're not, well, I don't have kids, so I can waste money frivolously. You have to take care of multiple other people, so you have to use your 3D printing skills maybe on this one.
We'll have to see. Yeah. So, but I love the model. I
Yeah.
want to buy it. I want them to price it to the point where I can, but you know, I'm worried that may not be the case. So,
Remains to be seen.
yeah.
All right, let's wrap up here with our not review of the Arcane journal that leaked out. By the way, I haven't been putting it on screen, so if anyone is watching this or listening to this and going, "Oh man, they're showing all the stuff," like I'm not gonna put that up. That's not my thing. So, if you want to, Squarebase did a show and they put the pictures up, so go check that one out. I'd rather you look at our pretty faces.
Why don't we pick a magic weapon apiece, right? Just one. Just wet the palate for the full review.
That's fair.
Right.
All right, after you, sir.
All right. Well, I gotta scroll back up here a little bit.
Page 5.
Here we go. Okay. So I would be remiss. This is one that they already talked about in the Arcane Journal article. The Woodsman's Axe. All right. We're gonna start with the big boy here.
I thought you were going for another one. I won't say what it is. I thought you were going right for a different one.
Well, this is a 90-point item. I've not seen a 100-point weapon yet. At least maybe it's in one of the other armies that I haven't looked at, but I don't think I've seen a 100-point item yet. But this is 90 points. What just happened to my? Damn it! Of course, it just leaves right as I.
Do you need me to read it out loud for you?
Yeah, go for it.
Gotcha. Woodman's Axe, combat, strength +3, AP -4, magic attacks, monster slayer, requires 2 hands, and strikes last. But it's a 90-point weapon, so what are you putting this on, Neil?
Oh, I'm putting this on something that's going to be able to charge.
Yep.
And can go monster hunting.
And
right?
will have strikes first.
And has strikes first,
yeah,
for
so
sure.
Like that strikes last.
It's probably going to be on your Kracian lord with strikes first. Mm-hmm. You're going to put him on a chariot. You're going to boost his wounds up to 6. You're going to go charge some lions, lion chariot into whatever stupid ass dragon somebody else chop, and hope you roll that 6, baby.
Heck yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I think It's expensive, but it's fun. So I like it. I thought for sure you're going Starlands, which we'll get there in the full
I
review.
love the Starlance as well,
I
but
know.
I was going to leave that one for another day.
That's for
I
the other
was
day. I'm glad it's back
so
too.
pleased to see that come back. So
Yeah.
pleased.
That is not my choice. Bow of the Seafarer.
There it is.
Crafted from a single piece of rare silver wood and gifted to Ulanor of the Sea Guard by Finnebar himself. It was touched by the Phoenix King. This mighty bow is rumored to be capable of sinking ships, and I think it is. So it's a 30-inch range, strength 5, AP -3. It's cumbersome. So I forget, is that move and shoot? Hold on.
I don't know.
Let me.
Tell you what, you keep going. I'll
Yeah,
look
you look up cumbersome because that's the one possible thing. It's magic attacks as expected. Multiple wounds D3 through and through. So it is also a bolt thrower. Bow of the Seafarer counts as a bow of Averlorn. So I'm getting armor. Extra armor. I'm getting armor bane on top of that. The bow of the Seafarer shoots like a bolt thrower through and through special rule. Yada yada. And it doesn't say. Oh, actually, looking at your Woodsman's Axe, Neil, can only be taken by a Tracian Warhost Army of Infamy. So yeah, you're taking that only with your
there he is.
Tracian.
Yep.
Whereas the Bow of the Seafarer can go on anybody. And it's 50 points. And all I have to say is my handmaiden of the Everqueen can take a 50-point magic item.
Cumbersome that you just can't stand and shoot.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I do not care.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sisters of that my handmaid of the Everqueen's taking this thing. That's what I'm doing, or my noble, and just like, yeah, okay, here's my unit of Sisters of Avalorn. Great, they're shooting you, and bolt thrower.
Lightning bolt.
Exactly. I love it. All right, well, all right, that's our choices for the magic weapons. The rest will save for later.
Let me just say though, just to whet the palate for future episodes here, there are many more that I cannot wait to talk about.
It is. I think we mentioned one more magic item out of this list. Well, two. There's two I want to mention because I'm so excited for it. One's competitive and one's fun.
Go for it.
So the 80-point banner resilience +1 toughness. Toughness for elves? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. That's it right there.
Yep.
So that's yep.
I like that one. We're gonna have fun playing with that one. And the other one I have, to me, it's actually the vortex shard. Single use. A wizard can use this item instead of making a dispel attempt. If they do so, the spell automatically dispelled with no dispel roll required. In addition, all remains in play spells currently in play are dispelled, including ones cast by friendly wizards. I'm sorry, I have a board clear. You don't get that spell, and all those templates are now gone. I love it. That's just fun for me.
There is now the points on this one.
50 points for the vortex shard, 80 points for the banner.
This is a different one I want to talk about here.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
not actually going to talk about it, okay? But there is another way, since you talked about a toughness elevating item.
It's true.
There is another item that also elevates a single character's toughness out there. The points we'll talk about, but very nice.
Well, actually,
anytime you're taking and you're eliminating one of the high elves' biggest weaknesses, that is worth looking at for sure. So
yeah, especially if you put that on something on a chariot or a griffin that also got toughness from that too.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Unfortunately, this next item will not allow you to do that. But
sure. I'm going to close this leaked PDF images that we have here because I think we could keep talking about that nonstop. But we want to save it. We will do a full, in-depth review. We'll probably talk. Like I said, it might be split up in multiple ones because, like, Neil and I, we have things to do at night too. But it might be full Arcane Journal review, and then or maybe it's like, hey, we focus on the Tracian army stuff and we build lists for it. Then we do the Sea Guard one, and then like the high elf. How do we mix in with that? So we'll see how we'll plan out how we're gonna lay it out. But get ready for a lot more high elf chat.
Oh yeah, it's coming, baby. It is the month, or perhaps months. of High Elf chat.
Well,
So
we do have a nice little one. I think it'll be good mixing up where you're gonna walk us through 3D printing.
sure.
Like we'll probably mix that one in there just to break it up. Maybe even next week as we're waiting for our books to come in hand.
Yeah, I promise not to get into the weeds of 3D printing too when we do talk about that. We'll just talk about a beginner's look at it and
Yeah, we can
what
do
you
it.
need
We
to
can do a deeper dive later.
start out. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad we stuck to our convictions and never really worry about going deep on reviewing leaks. I'm glad we didn't do that today. You know,
Yeah.
glad we
Yeah.
just glad we just hit the high notes. We didn't go deep at all.
Yeah. We didn't go deep. We could go much deeper.
Oh,
much,
we will. Like when we do, like we've done other reviews. We're just chatting back and forth. That this review we'll probably build lists and we'll talk
Oh,
about
yes.
those lists and how it works.
Oh yes.
Like, well, we'll have to fight who gets the trace list building and who gets the, or maybe we each, yeah, who builds the trace list and who builds the sea guard, and then we each pick it apart.
I might even give you the trace list just right off the bat. I won't even because I do have two sky cutters. So being the man who has the more sky cutters,
That's
I feel
true.
like maybe I have to.
How many sea guard do you have?
None yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I say yet.
Yeah. Okay. I think what do I have? I have 60, I think. Yeah. It's gonna be a fun pre-order day. I'm gonna be stressed. I'm gonna wake up Saturday morning. We get some coffee. After playing I'm playing Old World the night before too. I'm gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wake up Saturday, have some coffee, and then it's gonna dawn on me. I gotta be really ready by the time those pre-orders go live to make sure I get everything.
Yeah. Are you playing Old World with one of these lists?
That I don't know. If my work day tomorrow, which is Friday, when I'm gonna be gaming, if it's slow, and because I'll probably have to pen and paper this out.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like I could throw it together in the app like in 2 seconds, but like okay, I might pen and paper it out. So if my work day is slow enough that I can do that, yes. Because probably what I'm doing right after this is I'm gonna look over to my left, my game table. I'm gonna put all the terrain aside and pull out my whole high elf army again. I'm not. It's gonna be in the tubs, but it's gonna be. I just want to stare at it all and be like, okay, what do I want to do with you? So it'll be ready to go. We'll see. But also too, hey, I might get eager and finish painting these lizardmen tonight and tomorrow. It's not gonna happen. I'm tired. But
what I would say to that is stop being a coward and have that list ready.
You're right. You're right.
Make it happen. Make it so.
I feel so bad for whoever I play tomorrow night and be like, hey, what are you doing? Like, just here's 2 dragons and lots of white lions and stuff.
Yeah. I want to see if it buzzsaws them.
Well, here's the thing. The meta, our local meta here, isn't hyper competitive. Like, there's a few, like, it's starting to ramp up a little bit. There's a couple people bringing dragons and stuff, but, no one's bringing 2.
Right.
Yeah. Because actually, here's the thing, too. Like, the Tracy and Chieftain and stuff, I have, like, the old metal high elf heroes. Like, there's one that looks like he's from, where's the Shrine of Assyrian at? I forget where the Phoenix Guard are from. I forget where that, but he looks like he's from that area. Like he's themed out. He's not a Phoenix Guard, but he looks close enough. And I have one that's very Tracy, and I have one that's very like Nagarathian.
Yeah.
Which I hope they re-release those because those are beautiful sculpts. They still stand the test of time. So I kind of already have a chieftain ready to go.
There are, what might work as I'm like sitting here and thinking about it for the woodsman.
Yeah.
Is if you could get a hold of like the old metal, if you have any old metal.
I do have some mixed in, actually. That's a good call.
So those old metal ones are different enough to where they can pass for their own unit and clearly enough a different unit just altogether. Now, if you really want to go full on kit bash and everything, I'm not going to stop you. But that is a way where you're going to get something that's different looking, but also fits the theme.
Well, considering I have like 50 or 60 white lions, and there's probably at least I probably have like at least 10, if not more, of the metal ones mixed in. I'm mostly plastic on those, but I might be able to pull out like 10 of them and just put a bow on their back even. Like I'm sure I have bow bits. That's a good idea.
I had 15 of those metal ones that I sold, and I forget the shit out of it. That's why you don't sell models.
Never sell models.
Especially not painted models, kids.
Yeah. Never sell painted models. It's okay. It's okay, Neil. You're rebuilding phase.
I'm rebuilding. God.
Neil 2.0.
That's so much of this shit. The fact that it's all gone is literally heartbreaking now.
I know.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't regret. You'll get through. Yeah, honestly, like the biggest kit bashing thing I'm thinking of now is how do I do that unicorn?
Yeah.
But
I need to start looking into that too.
But we'll make sure we share ideas and keep it, and tell everybody here what we're thinking, what we're planning.
We may need to do a tale of two warlords in terms of like how we our respective armies of infamy and what they're gonna end up looking like.
Okay, we could do that as long as we battle it out. Like you and I have a couple battles to get through now already. I got my Bretonians to run against you, and now we're gonna have high elf on high elf floor.
Right.
Man. All right. Well, we'll everybody, don't worry. We will be back soon with more high elf chat. Like I said, there's probably gonna be a video where I talk about whatever the Arcane old world almanac is coming out to. So there's at least one more random high elf video for me. Maybe Saturday I do one where I call Neil, and while he's traveling, as long as his wife doesn't kill him, and we talk about the pre-order experience, getting stuff. I don't know. We'll figure out. The hype is real.
Yes, it is.
But hope you enjoyed our little talk through, the initial talk through, not the full review. But there's plenty of stuff going on out there. So if you're excited for High Elves, stay tuned, like and subscribe, and all that sort of stuff. So, Neil, any closing thoughts?
No, I'm just super excited, and I can't wait to dive into this. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Well, for the Might of Syrian, we'll sign off for there. So, take care, everybody. Stormcast strong, happy hobbing, all that happy stuff, and go get excited about High Elves.